Okay, now the next topic that we're going to be talking about is the strings. This is this string here. Let me create a new file for it. String that's py. And notice that when you're creating files in Python, try not to name the file of the Python file name the same as a name of a module or something popular in Python. For example, if you're using NumPy module, then that we're going to cover in the next tutorials, do not name the Python file the same as the module, okay? Because it's going to throw an error and you will not understand what the error is coming from. The problem in those circumstances is that you should name the Python file not the same as the module that you're using inside your Python file. But here it is not a very big problem for a string.py, and the reason we named it like this is that we're going to cover all about the strings. Okay, let me start with the strings. Just like I told you, there is no difference between the quotation marks in a string. For example, you write S inside apostrophes and let me write it, and the quotation marks. So these two are pretty much the same, and we've shown you how you can write or define or declare a string. So for example, you write my string equals, for example, S, or you can write it my string 2 equals S, and you can also make sure if these two are the same, known as the same in Python. If you do it by writing if statement, I'm going to later talk about ifs, and so if you don't understand it, don't worry, but it's not a very big deal. It's just an if statement in Python. So here I'm going to write if my string equals my string 2, and if they are the same, we wanted to print something like they are the same. Okay, let's run the code. And here we need to we have another file. So let me run string.py. Okay, it says that they're the same. So it means that this if statement has declared that these two variables, which one of them was inside the quotation mark, the other one was inside the apostrophes, are the same, they're equal, and so that is the proof that these two, there's no difference between these two, and you can use them interchangeably. So one of the very important and useful types of declarations of a string is when we want to have a multi-line string. And why it's useful is because, for example, you're designing a website or you want to put something inside a website using Python, which we're going to cover in the Django series of tutorials. You will see there that we have a very long string and we want to put it inside a website, or if we want to somehow have a kind of interaction with the WordPress or HTML or anything else, or it's a kind of a web application, you have a very long string, and it's very long so that you want to put it in the in so many different lines. There are multi-line strings. So let me name it very long string. And then here, if you want to declare it, you use 3 quotation marks here, and then you write, for example, hello, my name is Muhammad, and you want to go to the next line, and in order to have a very beautiful and clean code, you will just press a space or tab to get over here, and then you continue the string, hello, my name is Muhammad, and I am teaching or learning Python. And then you go to the next line, you say, I am enjoying this programming language. Then you go to the next line, pretty much. And then to finish the string, let's copy these 3 quotation marks and close this string. Okay, here as you can see, the VS Code is not showing these errors, these underlines, and that shows that the type is okay. And in order to make sure you can also run the code, you can, for instance, print this very long string. Okay, so let's run the code, and here as you can see, it's printing hello, my name is Muhammad and I'm learning Python. I am enjoying this programming language pretty much. And the lines are just the same as what we've written in here. If you want not to have these spaces in the console, you can just make it like this, and let's save it, see what happens in the console. And here, as you can see, we have no tabs over here. Okay, you can manage it any way you like, but here I did it for kind of a clean code. But if it doesn't matter, if you're showing any way in the console or anywhere you want to use it, for example in your website, you can write it this way for having a cleaner type of code, and for other developers to be able to easily read it. And the reason we do this is that, for example, I can write it consecutively in the same line, and it wouldn't change anything. But the problem is that you have to scroll through this page in order to see all of this. And if you have one line of string, you don't have to put all of these 3 quotation marks, and it will work for you. It's going to write it in the very same line, but in order to be easily make it readable for other developers, you need to do this, and this makes things much better, easier to read, and it shows that you're a professional coder. Now, there are so many kind of operations you can do on the string. You can find stuff that you like, you can find the word you want inside this very long string, you can find the different members of this string, any letter that you like, any part of it that you want, or you can see the length of this string, and you can concatenate or connect so many different strings together. And there are a lot of things you can do with the string, and these operations are very important. So you need to learn the functions related to the strings very well so that you can easily manage them, modify them, and do different operations on them. And learning the strings in Python is very important because you're going to later work with the databases. You want to read from databases. You want to, for example, design a website and put different kinds of information or data in there, or read information and data from them, and do some kind of operations and modifications on the strings. So this part related to the strings is very important, and be very cautious about learning this part.